Four pillars of timeless wisdom: Sun Tzu, Confucius, legalism, and the lying flat movement. Throughout history, the teachings of ancient philosophers have been more than just words on withered scrolls. They are beacons of light guiding us through the chaos of modern life. These principles are not merely relics of the past, but practical strategies for navigating the challenges and seizing the opportunities of our time. Whether on the battlefield, in the boardroom, or within the walls of our own minds, these lessons offer a blueprint for those who seek to master the art of living wisely. The Art of War, Sun Tzu's timeless strategy for modern life. The Art of War is not just a manual for generals and warriors, but a guide for anyone striving to live wisely, deeply, and effectively. In a world that often feels like a battlefield, knowing how to confront challenges, adapt to change, and outmaneuver obstacles can be the difference between success and failure. Lesson 1. Know yourself, know your enemy. Know yourself and know your enemy. 100 battles, 100 victories. This is one of Sun Tzu's most quoted lines, but have we truly grasped its depth? In today's digital age, knowing yourself is more than just self-reflection. It means cutting through the curated online personas and confronting the raw reality of who you are, your strengths, weaknesses, fears, and desires. Social media has created a world where our lives are reduced to highlight reels, carefully polished and filtered to fit a narrative. But in this world of crafted images and selective truths, truly knowing yourself means embracing your flaws, acknowledging your blind spots, and facing uncomfortable truths without self-deception. At the same time, knowing your enemy, whether it's a rival in business, a competitor in the marketplace, or even your own doubts, is about understanding their motivations, fears, and limits. Sometimes, the greatest enemy is not the one facing you, but the pride and ego within. Lesson 2. Seize the right moment. The hawk strikes at the right moment, using the power of its dive to capture its prey. In every endeavor, business, relationships, personal growth, success often hinges not just on what you do, but when you do it. Acting too soon or too late can mean the difference between triumph and disaster. Life, like war, is about timing. Sometimes, the most powerful move is not to strike immediately, but to wait, to observe, to learn, and to prepare. Rushing into decisions while driven by passion or fear often leads to regret. Remember, opportunities favor the prepared, but only if you have the patience to recognize the right moment. Lesson 3. Choose your battles wisely. You can only win when you know you have the strength to fight. Not every battle is worth fighting. In fact, sometimes walking away is the greatest victory. Before engaging in conflict, whether in business, relationships, or personal struggles, ask yourself, is this truly worth my time, energy, and peace of mind? Don't let pride drag you into pointless conflicts. Sometimes, winning in the eyes of others is losing in your own heart. Fight for your dreams, your values, and the things you truly care about, and avoid the battles that only drain your spirit. Lesson 4. Adaptability and flexibility. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. This is not just a comforting mantra, it is a fundamental truth. When the world around you is falling apart, your ability to adapt and stay flexible often determines whether you thrive or merely survive. Think of companies like Netflix, Amazon, or Tesla. Their success is not just about being the best, but being the fastest to adapt, the quickest to pivot, and the most willing to change. Life is no different. Don't let yourself be trapped in old patterns and rigid thinking. Lesson 5. Be different, be mysterious. All warfare is based on deception. This may sound cynical, but it is about understanding the power of surprise and unpredictability. In a world where everyone is trying to stand out, sometimes the most powerful move is to remain quiet, to blend in, and then strike when no one expects it. Keep your intentions hidden, your goals unclear to those around you. In the chaos of competition, being an enigma can be your greatest advantage. Lesson 6. Focus your energy. To defend everywhere is to defend nowhere. The biggest mistake many people make is trying to be everything to everyone. This only leads to mediocrity. Instead, identify your strengths, double down on them, and focus your efforts where they matter most. Remember, those who try to win every battle end up losing the war. Be selective, be focused, and commit your energy to the pursuits that truly matter. These are just a few of the timeless lessons from Sun Tzu's Art of War. If applied wisely, they can help you navigate the chaos of life, overcome challenges, and achieve the goals you pursue. Stay tuned for more insights as we dive deeper into the wisdom of Confucius, the strict order of legalism, and the modern defiance of the lying flat movement. Confucian philosophy, the path to personal development. Confucius, one of the most influential thinkers in human history, focused not on strategy or warfare, but on the cultivation of personal virtue and the building of harmonious relationships. His teachings serve as a moral compass for those seeking to live a meaningful life, emphasizing the importance of self-discipline, respect, and the relentless pursuit of personal growth. Lesson 1. Keep moving forward. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. In a world obsessed with speed and instant gratification, this simple truth is more relevant than ever. Progress is not always a sprint, it is a marathon. Whether building a career, nurturing a relationship, or mastering a craft, persistence often outweighs raw talent. Success is not just about winning, but about enduring, about moving forward even when the path is unclear or the steps feel small. The real danger is not in moving slowly, but in standing still, letting fear or complacency hold you back. Lesson 2. Choose your friends wisely. Do not make friends with someone who is not better than yourself. The people you surround yourself with can either lift you higher or drag you down. In a time where digital connections often outnumber real-life relationships, this lesson is crucial. Surround yourself with those who challenge you to grow, who inspire you to push beyond your limits, and who hold you accountable to your values. Remember, the quality of your relationships often determines the quality of your life. Lesson 3. Prepare and sharpen your tools. A craftsman who wishes to do his work well must first sharpen his tools. Preparation is not just about gathering resources, it is about building the skills and mindset needed to thrive. Whether you are an entrepreneur, an artist, or a student, investing time in honing your abilities is the foundation for long-term success. Opportunities rarely wait for those who are unprepared. Success is the intersection of preparation and opportunity, and those who invest in themselves are always ready when their moment arrives. Lesson 4. Learn from everyone. If I walk with two other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good points of the one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them in myself. In an age of information overload, it is easy to feel that we know enough, but true wisdom comes from continuous learning. Every person you meet has something to teach you, whether through their strengths or their mistakes. Be humble enough to learn from others, and wise enough to apply those lessons to your own life. Lesson 5. Lead with heart and purpose. No matter where you go, go with all your heart. Success is not just about achieving goals, it is about finding purpose and meaning in your actions. Whether in work, relationships, or personal growth, put your whole heart into what you do. Passion, integrity, and authenticity are what set true leaders apart. Confucius believed that true leadership comes from within. It is the result of self-discipline, moral integrity, and a genuine desire to do good. In a world often driven by profit and self-interest, leading with heart is a rare but powerful force. These timeless lessons from Confucius remind us that personal development is a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, perseverance, and a deep commitment to growth. As you walk this path, remember that the greatest changes often start from within. Stay tuned for the next chapter in this journey through ancient wisdom as we explore the strict order and discipline of legalism. Legalism, the discipline of order and control. While Confucianism emphasizes personal virtue and moral cultivation, legalism takes a far more pragmatic and often ruthless approach to governance. It is a philosophy born from chaos, designed to impose order through strict laws, harsh punishments, and unwavering control. Legalism sees humanity not as inherently good, but as fundamentally self-interested and prone to disorder, a force that must be managed through clear rules and rigid discipline. Lesson 1. The power of law, F.A. Without law, there is no order. Without order, there is no power. Legalists believe that the law is the backbone of any stable society. It must be clear, public, and equally enforced, regardless of status or rank. Unlike Confucian ethics, which rely on personal morality, legalism insists that only the threat of punishment can truly curb human selfishness and prevent chaos. In a modern context, this principle is reflected in everything from corporate policies to government regulations. Without clear rules, even the most well-intentioned systems can descend into disorder. Lesson 2: The Art of Secrecy, Shu. A ruler who shows his intentions has already given up his advantage. In the legalist mindset, power is about control, and control often requires secrecy. Leaders are advised to conceal their true motives, keeping others uncertain and unable to predict their next move. This creates an aura of authority and keeps potential rivals at a disadvantage. While this may seem cold, it is a strategy often used in politics, business, and even personal relationships. A reminder that transparency is not always a virtue in a world where power dynamics constantly shift. Lesson 3: The Importance of Position, Sure. Authority does not reside in the person, but in the position. For legalists, the power of a leader comes not from their personal charisma or moral character, but from the institutional strength of their position. It is the title, not the individual, that commands respect and obedience. This principle is a cornerstone of modern bureaucratic systems, where the authority of a CEO or a government official comes from the office they hold, not necessarily from their personal qualities. It is a reminder that in many systems, structure often outweighs personality. Lesson 4: Control through fear and incentives. Punishment creates order. Rewards create loyalty. Legalism teaches that fear is a more reliable motivator than morality or virtue. It assumes that people are inherently self-serving, and that only a system of strict punishments and clearly defined rewards can ensure loyalty and obedience. This harsh approach may seem extreme, but it has echoes in modern management tactics, where performance metrics, KPIs, and incentive systems are designed to maximize productivity and minimize rule-breaking. Lesson 5: The Collective over the Individual. The strength of the state comes before the freedom of the individual. Legalism prioritizes the stability and power of the state over the rights of the individual. It views personal freedom as a potential threat to social order and seeks to suppress it in favor of collective strength. While this idea may clash with modern democratic values, it serves as a stark reminder that stability and freedom are often in tension, a balance that every society must navigate. Legalism may be a harsh and unforgiving philosophy, but it offers a powerful perspective on leadership, control, and the human condition. It reminds us that while kindness and compassion are noble ideals, they alone cannot sustain order in a world driven by competing interests and unending ambition. Stay tuned for the final part of this journey as we dive into the modern lying flat movement, a defiant response to pressure, competition, and burnout. Conclusion: Lessons from Ancient Wisdom. As we journey through the timeless teachings of Sun Tzu, Confucius, legalism, and the modern lying flat movement, a powerful theme emerges: the search for balance in a world of extremes. Each of these philosophies offers a different lens through which to view life, success, and human nature, but together they form a richer, more complete picture of what it means to live well. Lesson 1: Mastering Strategy and Self-Awareness, Sun Tzu. From Sun Tzu, we learn the importance of knowing ourselves and our surroundings, of choosing our battles wisely, seizing the right moments, and maintaining the flexibility to adapt when the situation demands it. In an unpredictable world, these lessons are as relevant now as they were on the battlefields of ancient China. Lesson 2: Cultivating Character and Purpose, Confucius. Confucius reminds us that true success is not just about achieving external goals, but about building inner strength, surrounding ourselves with supportive relationships, and acting with purpose and integrity. In a society obsessed with status and success, this ancient wisdom challenges us to look deeper, to lead with our hearts, and to find fulfillment in our everyday actions. Lesson 3: The Power of Structure and Discipline, Legalism. Legalism may seem harsh by today's standards, but its focus on order, discipline, and the rule of law highlights a fundamental truth: that chaos and freedom must be balanced with structure and control. In both personal life and society, clear rules and boundaries are essential for stability and growth. Lesson 4. The courage to opt out, lying flat. Finally, the lying flat movement offers a modern counterpoint to these ancient philosophies, rejecting the relentless pressure to compete, produce, and achieve. It challenges the conventional definition of success and dares us to consider what it truly means to live a meaningful life. Finding your own path. Together, these lessons remind us that life is not a one-size-fits-all journey. The right path for one person may be entirely wrong for another. True wisdom lies in the ability to choose the life you want to live, on your own terms, without being enslaved by the expectations of others. In the end, the greatest victory is not in conquering others, but in mastering yourself, and finding the courage to stand for your values, the patience to wait for the right moment, and the wisdom to walk away from battles that are not worth fighting. Thank you for joining this journey through the ancient and the modern, the disciplined and the free. May these lessons guide you as you navigate the complexities of life and seek the balance that leads to true peace and fulfillment. Stay curious, stay brave, and never stop learning.